quick dart. Last video we kind of fumbled around and didn't really get a whole lot done. So this time I tried to prepare. We have an engine here. We just put this bad boy in. So what we need to do is get it put back together. Get our radiator in and the alternator back in and get everything hooked back up. Start looking at getting the electrical put back together and nice and pretty-ish. Who knows? It might work. It might not. We'll see. But yeah, that's where we're going today. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is pop this chain off. It's what we used with our lift to get her in. I'm going to grab the ta-da! Torque wrench. But first, I need to double check and see what the torque spec is on it. Found it! Alrighty. Let's bring her down. 32, 34, 35 foot-pounds. Oh wow. That'll do. Let's get this back one off. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's an air cleaner. We don't want to knock that off. Eventually, we're going to get new ones. New air cleaner. Oh, yeah. Let's, come here. Actually get the socket off the torque wrench. I'm realizing that I can't see me, which means you can't see me, but it's fine. You probably don't want to see me anyway. Just a car. Oh, should probably go to loosen, huh? Instead of cranking that down even more than it is. And my buddy here yesterday helping me out in getting this all put in, and he's got Gorilla Grip worse than I do. The tighter the better. I don't necessarily believe in that because I've snapped off studs, snapped off bolt heads. Fortunately, I haven't done it on this car yet. I have done it on some of the things I work at work. So. But that was a long time ago when I was didn't know what the hell I was doing. So bye. See you later. Tink tink. The sound it makes is it bounces off everything on its way down. Usually I'm working with much smaller hardware, so that is really the sound that it makes. Tink tink. There we go. 35 foot-pounds, sir. And part one is done. What's next? Let's go ahead and get the carb bolted on, and then we'll put the coil on, get that connected. Yeah, sounds like a plan. So I set this on here last night because I live in the woods and mice. So I set that on there, hoping to keep little bastards from climbing down into the intake. There's a perfectly good front seat in there they can live under, and I'm pretty sure they do because there's piss all over the front seat. Okay, you get on the stud. One more, and that's the easy one to get to. I say that as the nut just tries to not go on. Fuck, the mosquitoes are still here. I don't understand this either. It's cold outside. It's very cold outside. Yet the mosquitoes are in here and they're alive. Come on, choke, you're in the way again. You know what? We're just gonna do that. Stay there. I talk to things. They don't talk back yet, but the night's still young. I have not had any beer, so they shouldn't start talking back anytime soon. Oh, look. I know where you go. Right here. One vacuum line. Oh, I have something special for that. Is this it? I have a whole bunch of parts around here that I ordered, knowing that I'd need them, and they haven't been opened yet. So here's another one. Always cut away from you boys and girls, lest you end up filleting your finger or stabbing yourself in the face. Neither one of those is fun. Really? Well, I can't complain that it wasn't well packed. Ta-da! Nice, pretty red throttle return spring. It's much better than the one that's over there somewhere. It's bad. It's old. There we go. Pretty. One thing I do notice, I don't have the original Dart fuel linkage. I have the fuel linkage pretty much from a Coronet. So instead of having on the kickdown, instead of having just the ball that snaps onto the kickdown, it actually has the slide that will keep it from holding the throttle open if the kickdown gets stuck. So that makes me happy. I need to find my accelerator cable. That's not you. There you are. One accelerator cable. Right there. I got distracted again, didn't I? I said that we were going to do some other things first, like getting our coil set up. So let's get back here and get the coil in. Have I mentioned I'm really new at this? Both the videos and the working on cars. Something I've wanted to do for a really, really long time. I can remember growing up and my stepdad having cars all the time. Had an old 64 Chevy 2. He always called it the Deuce. I'm not entirely sure if he called it the Deuce because it was a Chevy 2 or because it was a piece of shit, but either way, it was both. I have fond memories of that car. And for my very first vehicle, was a 79 F-150 4x4 with a 400 big block in it. And my stepdad bought it for me for my 16th birthday. And he basically, I was about 15 at the time. He basically said, help me get it road ready, give me $500 and it's yours. And I was like, deal. I helped with like little things like changing out the, changed the U-joints on it, changed out the motor mounts on it, did the brakes, learned all about the drum brakes, which actually came in really handy because that's actually the very first thing I did on this when I got it, is I completely redid the brake system. You can't tell now looking at the master cylinder, but back in May that thing was brand new. I should have probably painted it before I slapped it in there, but I didn't. Again, I'm learning as I go. All right, coil's in. I'll just go ahead and plug that up right there. So, now coil's in. Alternator, no. Change of plans, radiator. And I think this is going to be a little involved. During my initial run test, my original radiator decided that it wasn't going to work anymore. This is the original radiator. As you can see, it's very chewy and doesn't like to play well with others. But while we were doing our very first test run after we got the engine rebuilt, she exploded. She was blowing hot hot, steamy water all over the place, all over the other side of the garage. And sitting here trying to talk to the camera that's over there, and I'm in between. Anywho, yeah. Blew lots of hot, steamy crap all over the garage. So I went the cheesy route because I'm not made of money, and I went on eBay and I bought an aluminum radiator. And it worked great. Fit the engine stand just perfectly. We kind of test fitted in here yesterday. The top bolts fit fine. The bottom bolts, not so much. So we may have to do a little bit of drilling. I have a plan. I've been thinking about this since last night. But let's try it. Should get her in there. All right. Oh yeah, those are tightened right down. That's fine. I do have a cheater. I don't know why I'm not using my cheater. So, out of all the things that I picked up to work on this car, this is probably my favorite. It's not an impact anything. It's just an electric ratchet. But it makes life a little easier sometimes. Oh, that's tighty. Lucy. One. Ouch, foul demon. Ah, done. All right. You might look at this and you might be like, dude, you had the engine out. Why did you not do something with the engine bay? I'm going to. The plan for this vehicle as it sits right now is going to be get it mechanically sound, drive it for a while, see if I want to keep it, and then move forward from there. As you will see in some of the upcoming videos, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, particularly underneath. There's a couple of spots that need to be patched in the frame. Oh, goodness. The torsion bar crossmember is unique. It has been repaired. Apparently the repair works because they drove it for a while like that after the fact. There's a lot that needs to be done. I understand that, but if it comes to where I'm going to keep this and like this is going to be my car, I will probably go all out. And when I say all out, I'm talking full-blown resto mod, new suspension front and rear, disc brakes front and rear. I'm leaning towards like 2005 to 2008 5.7 liter Hemi, EFI, all the fun stuff. I've been researching it and I really would like to do that, but yeah, money. Right now, it's just make her mechanically sound. Brakes are done, engine's rebuilt, transmission's rebuilt. We've got a new fuel system, sitting bits and pieces of it. We got the 2-barrel carb, 2-barrel intake, but something I'm definitely going to do prior to driving her is convert her to a 4-barrel. Hopefully that is a very long answer to a very short question into, dude, why does the engine bay look like shit? It'll get better. Don't worry. Alright, where were we? Haha, yes. Cheap Chinese aluminum radiator. That's where we were. Oh yeah, that is quite a bit closer than it was on the run stand. I'm touching things on the bottom. Is it just dirt or a rock? I don't know. Get me a hole! There we go. Push that. There we go. You just needed a little coaxing. Yep. And as I expected, the back does not line up. But I anticipated that and I have a plan. So what I have here is just a little piece of mechanics wire. Get this straightened out. Make sure I can get it through the hole. Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I'm gonna give the tip of this a little spritz of Duplicolor engine black, and bloop, just put it right on through there and make a mark on the back so we can drill out new holes. Let's see if this worked. It worked. I'm kind of surprised at where these holes showed up because they're not remotely even. And let's get some holes drilled in that bad boy. Oh, new mounting holes drilled. Let's get her in. Needs a bigger hole. Yes, sir. All right. Got her in. One radiator installed. Next, got a pretty brandy new alternator. I originally wanted to rebuild the old one, but alas, that one was not savable. Due in part to my own idiocy, but yeah, well. Bye! That's right, I didn't want you anyway. Thank you. No. Get him now. Hey, haha, better. There we go. Perfect. Grab our stud for the bottom here. We are. All right. Time for the tightening. Where did I put all my things? Seriously? No, that's not the right one either. It's not the right one either. There we go. No, why did we do that? That was dumb. There. It moves now. Comes the real question. With the aftermarket radiator, how well does our fan and pulley fit? I have a funny feeling that it's going to be really close. That's like pull the radiator out, put the fan and the belt on, and put the radiator back in close. Many of you are probably saying right now, why didn't you do that in the first place? My answer to you is yes. Ta-da! Out. Yeah. That is very very, very close. But it's not touching. Now she's clamped in. That's not horrible. I mean, I can't quite get a pinky through there. We'll share this up with you guys, nice, close, and personal. So yeah, you've been looking over my shoulder this whole time. So I figured I'd bring you in with my super shaky phone camera work, and we can take a look down there and see just how close that is running. But it's not touching. It goes all the way around. There's a decent little gap there. I don't know how well you can see that, but it goes all the way around. It's nice and close. Doesn't touch. First big frame twist though. I might be getting my old radiator over here. All right, we're back. Gonna take a short break. Have a chat with my wife, who was hiding around the corner there. I'm not allowed to put her on camera, so it's all right. Anywho, in the meantime, before I forgot to start the recording back up, we put the belt back in. Now we're just gonna slap together a few other odds and ends, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Well, not good to go. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Though, I mean, realistically, I could start it up if I wanted to. She's got no mufflers on it right now. It's all covered in oil, and it would be stinky, and it's cold outside, and I don't want to open the place up, so we're gonna wait. Maybe tomorrow? I have a couple more things we can put in. Ah, yes. Radiator hoses. I'm getting tired. It's hard to think. You need to go inside, drink beer, relax, and go to sleep. But I'm having far too much fun. So we get... Oh, it is much, much better fit. Putting the lower radiator hose on here. Spin you around. Oh God, no. I said spin you around, and of course the song popped into my head. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Nice and tight. Next. Oh yeah, you're gonna need trimmed right up. Yeah, again, never done this. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do it. My brain is telling me kitchen shears, but that'd be, well, my wife would kill me. Ta-da! Score! Alrighty. Hose is in. What's next? I am actually holding off on all the linkages, like our shift linkage down to the transmission and the kickdown. I'm going to do those probably in their own separate video. A, because I'm getting tired, and B, because I need to study and kind of prepare and get all the pieces laid out, and you know, so I'm not fumbling around kind of like I did in my first video when I probably should have gone through all the parts, made sure I had everything before I started being like, hey, let's do this. Oh, wait, we can't do that. Let's do this. Oh, we can't do that either. So, yeah, with that, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to come back. One thing I will say, I don't know how often I will be able to put videos out. I have enough stuff to do the work, to do a couple of videos here. We still got to do some interior cleaning, the fuel system, the exhaust. But once I run out of parts, I'm going to have to wait for more parts to get here. I mean, eventually we're going to rip out the interior and take a look at the floor. There are some spots in the frame that need to be fixed before I take it out on the road. Got to order wheels and tires, and so hopefully there's a lot more to come. I also work a full-time job. So as I get to this, I will try to record multiple episodes at a time. But anyway, you guys have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.